This mock test includes 100 questions. You'll need 86 correct answers to pass. All questions are based on the official highway code and DVSA materials. Let's get started. Question 1. You're on a long motorway journey. What should you do if you start to feel sleepy? A. Play some loud music. B. Stop on the hard shoulder for a rest. C. Drive faster to complete your journey sooner. D. Leave the motorway and stop in a safe place. The correct answer is D. Leave the motorway and stop in a safe place. Explanation: if you feel sleepy, you should leave the motorway at a service area or at the next exit and stop in a safe place to rest. A supply of fresh air can help to keep you alert before you reach the exit, but it's not a substitute for stopping and resting. Question 2. How can you make sure that a satellite navigation (sat-nav) system does not distract you when you're driving? A. Turn it off while you're driving in built-up areas. B. Choose a voice that you find calming. C. Only set the destination when you're lost. D. Set it before starting your journey. The correct answer is D. Set it before starting your journey. Explanation: sat-navs can be useful when driving on unfamiliar routes. However, they can also distract you and cause you to lose control if you look at or adjust them while you're driving. Set the sat-nav before starting your journey, or pull up in a safe place before making any changes to it. Question 3. What can cause excessive or uneven tire wear? A. A faulty gearbox. B. A faulty braking system. C. A faulty electrical system. D. A faulty exhaust system. The correct answer is B. A faulty braking system. Explanation: if you see that parts of the tread on your tires are wearing before others, it may indicate a brake, suspension, or wheel alignment fault. Regular servicing will help to detect faults at an early stage, and this will avoid the risk of minor faults becoming serious or even dangerous. Question 4. When should you flash your headlights at other road users? A. When showing that you're giving way. B. When showing that you're about to turn. C. When telling them that you have right of way. D. When letting them know that you're there. The correct answer is D. When letting them know that you're there. Explanation: you should only flash your headlights to warn others of your presence. Do not use them to greet others, show impatience, or give priority to other road users because they could misunderstand your signal. Question 5. What should you do as you approach this cyclist? A. Try to overtake before the cyclist gets to the junction. B. Flash your headlights at the cyclist. C. Slow down and allow the cyclist to turn. D. Rev your engine so the cyclist knows you're following behind. The correct answer is C. Slow down and allow the cyclist to turn. Explanation: keep well back and give the cyclist time and room to turn safely. Do not intimidate them by getting too close or trying to squeeze past. Question 6. What should you do when you're overtaking a horse and rider? A. Sound your horn as a warning. B. Go past as quickly as possible. C. Flash your headlights as a warning. D. Go past slowly and carefully. The correct answer is D. Go past slowly and carefully. Explanation: horses can be startled by the sound of a car engine or the rush of air caused by a vehicle passing too closely. Keep well back and only pass when it's safe. Leave them plenty of room. You may have to use the other side of the road to go past safely. Question 7. What should you do if you're driving a slow-moving vehicle on a narrow, winding road? A. Keep well out to stop vehicles overtaking dangerously. B. Wave the vehicles behind to come past you if you think they can overtake quickly. C. Pull in when you can to let the vehicles behind overtake. D. Give a left signal when it's safe for vehicles to overtake you. The correct answer is C. Pull in when you can, to let the vehicles behind overtake. Explanation. If you're driving a slow-moving vehicle along a narrow road, try not to hold up faster traffic. If you see vehicles following behind, pull over in a safe place and let the traffic pass before continuing. Do not wave other traffic past. This could be dangerous if you or they have not noticed a hazard ahead. Question 8. What's the legal minimum depth of tread for car tires? A. 1 mm. B. 1.6 mm. C. 2.5 mm. D. 4 mm. The correct answer is B. 1.6 mm. Explanation. Car tires must have sufficient depth of tread to give them a good grip on the road surface. The legal minimum for cars is 1.6 mm. This depth should be across the central 3/4 of the breadth of the tire and around the entire circumference. Question 9. When may a passenger travel in a car without wearing a seatbelt? A. When they're under 14 years old. B. When they're under 1.5 meters, 5 feet, in height. C. When they're sitting in the rear seat. D. When they're exempt for medical reasons. The correct answer is D. When they're exempt for medical reasons. Explanation. If you have adult passengers, it's their responsibility to wear a seatbelt, but you should still remind them to use one as they get in the car. It's your responsibility to make sure that all children in your car are secured with an appropriate restraint. Exemptions are allowed for those with a medical exemption certificate. Question 10. What hazard should you be aware of when traveling along this street? A. Glare from the sun. B. Lack of road markings. C. Children running out between vehicles. D. Heavy goods vehicles. The correct answer is C. Children running out between vehicles. Explanation. On roads where there are many parked vehicles, you might not be able to see children between parked cars, and they may run out into the road without looking.
Finding this video helpful? Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Your support helps us create more practice videos to get you test ready. Now, let's get back to it.
Question 11. You're driving along a motorway and switch on adaptive cruise control. What are you now allowed to do? A. Remove your seat belt. B. Eat and drink. C. Use your handheld mobile phone. D. Check the road signs. The correct answer is D. Check the road signs. Explanation. When using Advanced Driver Assistance Systems, ADAS, you are responsible for your vehicle, and you need to stay in control of the systems. ADAS are not the same as self-driving functions, so you must remain alert and be ready to intervene if the system does not work correctly. Question 12. How should you drive when you're driving along a road that has road humps? A. Maintain a reduced speed throughout. B. Accelerate quickly between the humps. C. Always keep to the maximum legal speed. D. Drive slowly at school times only. The correct answer is A. Maintain a reduced speed throughout. Explanation. Road humps are there for a reason, to protect vulnerable road users by reducing the speed of traffic. Do not accelerate harshly between the humps. Put the safety of others first and maintain a reduced speed throughout the zone. Question 13. What should you do when you're driving in snowy conditions? A. Brake firmly and quickly. B. Be ready to steer sharply. C. Use side lights only. D. Brake gently in plenty of time. The correct answer is D. Brake gently in plenty of time. Explanation. In snowy conditions, be careful with the steering, accelerator and brakes. Braking sharply while you're driving on snow is likely to make your car skid. Question 14. What should you do when you're overtaking a motorcyclist on a windy day? A. Pass closely. B. Pass very slowly. C. Pass widely. D. Pass immediately. The correct answer is C. Pass widely. Explanation. In strong winds, riders of two-wheeled vehicles are particularly vulnerable. When you overtake them, allow plenty of room. Check to the left as you pass to make sure they're safe. Question 15. What might you expect to happen in this situation? A. Traffic will move into the right-hand lane. B. Traffic speed will increase. C. Traffic will move into the left-hand lane. D. Traffic will not need to change position. The correct answer is C. Traffic will move into the left-hand lane. Explanation. Be courteous and allow the traffic to merge into the left-hand lane. Question 16. You want to turn left at this junction. What should you do if your view of the main road is restricted? A. Stay well back and wait to see if anything comes. B. Build up your speed so that you can emerge quickly. C. Stop and apply the parking brake even if the road is clear. D. Approach slowly and edge out until you can see more clearly. The correct answer is D. Approach slowly and edge out until you can see more clearly. Explanation. You should slow right down and stop if necessary at any junction where your view is restricted. Edge forward until you can see properly. Only then can you decide whether it's safe to go. Question 17. You're waiting to emerge at a junction. Your view is restricted by parked vehicles. What can help you to see traffic on the road you're joining? A. Looking for traffic behind you. B. Reflections of traffic in windows. C. Making eye contact with other road users. D. Checking for traffic in your interior mirror. The correct answer is B. Reflections of traffic in windows. Explanation. You must be completely sure it's safe to emerge. Try to look for traffic through the windows of the parked cars or in the reflections in windows. Keep looking in all directions as you slowly edge forwards until you can see it safe. Question 18. As you approach a pelican crossing, the lights change to green. What should you do if older people are still crossing? A. Wave them to cross as quickly as they can. B. Rev your engine to make them hurry. C. Flash your lights in case they've not noticed you. D. Wait patiently while they cross. The correct answer is D. Wait patiently while they cross. Explanation. If the lights turn to green, wait for any pedestrians to clear the crossing. Allow them to finish crossing the road in their own time, and do not try to hurry them by revving your engine. Question 19. What does it mean when a moving vehicle is showing a flashing amber beacon? A. The vehicle is slow moving. B. The vehicle has broken down. C. The vehicle is a doctor's car. D. The vehicle belongs to a school crossing patrol. The correct answer is A. The vehicle is slow moving. Explanation. Different colored beacons warn of different types of vehicle needing special attention. Blue beacons are used on emergency vehicles that need priority. Green beacons are found on doctors' cars. Amber beacons generally denote slower moving vehicles, which are often large. These vehicles are usually involved in road maintenance or local amenities and make frequent stops. Question 20. What should you do when you're following a motorcyclist along a road that has a poor surface? A. Follow closely so they can see you in their mirrors. B. Overtake immediately to avoid delays. C. Allow extra room in case they swerve to avoid potholes. D. Allow the same room as normal to avoid wasting road space. The correct answer is C. Allow extra room in case they swerve to avoid potholes. Explanation. To avoid being unbalanced, a motorcyclist might swerve to avoid potholes and bumps in the road. Be prepared for this and allow them extra space. Question 21. You're about to overtake a cyclist on a road that has a 30 miles per hour speed limit. How much room should you leave them as you overtake? A. At least as much room as you would if you were overtaking a car. B. At least a car's width. C. At least a car's length. D. At least 2 car widths. The correct answer is A. At least as much room as you would if you were overtaking a car. Explanation. You should leave cyclists at least as much room as you would if you were overtaking a car. Leave them more room if you're overtaking at speeds over 30 miles per hour. Question 22. You want to turn right from a main road into a side road. What should you do just before turning? A. Cancel your right turn signal. B. Select first gear. C. Check for traffic overtaking on your right. D. Stop and set the parking brake. The correct answer is C. Check for traffic overtaking on your right. Explanation. In some circumstances, your indicators may be difficult to see and another road user may not realize you're about to turn. A final check in your mirror and blind spot can help you to see an overtaking vehicle so that you can avoid turning across their path. Question 23. What should you do when you're approaching a bus that's signaling to move away from a bus stop? A. Get past before it moves. B. Allow it to pull away, if it's safe to do so. C. Flash your headlights as you approach. D. Signal left and wave the bus on. The correct answer is B. Allow it to pull away if it's safe to do so. Explanation. Try to give way to buses if you can do so safely, especially when the driver signals to pull away from a bus stop. Look out for people getting off the bus or running to catch it, because they may cross the road without looking. Do not accelerate to get past the bus, and do not flash your lights, as this could mislead other road users. Question 24. You're driving in heavy traffic on a wet road. Which lights should you use if there's a lot of surface spray? A. Main beam headlights. B. Side lights only. C. Rear fog lights. If visibility is more than 100 meters, 328 feet. D. Dipped headlights. The correct answer is D. Dipped headlights. Explanation. You must make sure that other road users can see you, but you do not want to dazzle them. Use your dipped headlights during the day if visibility is poor. If visibility falls below 100 meters, 328 feet, you may use your rear fog lights, but do not forget to turn them off when the visibility improves. Question 25. Why should you test your brakes after this hazard? A. You'll be on a slippery road. B. Your brakes will be wet. C. You'll be going down a long hill. D. You'll have just crossed a long bridge. The correct answer is B. Your brakes will be wet. Explanation. A ford is a crossing over a stream that's shallow enough to drive or ride through. After you've gone through a ford or deep puddle, your brakes will be wet, and they will not work as well as usual. To dry them out, apply a light brake pressure while moving slowly. Do not travel at normal speeds until you're sure your brakes are working properly again. Question 26. What will happen if you use rear fog lights in good conditions? A. They'll make it safer when towing a trailer. B. They'll protect you from larger vehicles. C. They'll dazzle other drivers. D. They'll make drivers behind keep back. The correct answer is C. They'll dazzle other drivers. Explanation. Rear fog lights shine more brightly than normal rear lights, so that they show up in reduced visibility. When the visibility improves, you must switch them off. This stops them dazzling the driver behind. Question 27. Why is traveling in neutral for long distances, known as coasting, bad driving technique? A. It will cause the car to skid. B. It will make the engine stall. C. The engine will run faster. D. There will not be any engine braking. The correct answer is D. There will not be any engine braking. Explanation. Try to look and plan well ahead. Plan your approach to hazards and select the correct gear in good time. This will help give you the control you need to deal with anything unexpected that may occur. Question 28. Your vehicle broke down on the hard shoulder of a motorway, but has now been repaired. How should you rejoin the main carriageway? A. Move out onto the carriageway, then build up your speed. B. Move out onto the carriageway using your hazard warning lights. C. Gain speed on the hard shoulder before moving out onto the carriageway. D. Wait on the hard shoulder until someone flashes their headlights at you. The correct answer is C. Gain speed on the hard shoulder before moving out onto the carriageway. Explanation. Signal your intention and build up sufficient speed on the hard shoulder so that you can filter into a safe gap in the traffic. Do not push your way into a small gap or cause other traffic to alter speed or direction. Question 29. What should you do while you're driving or riding along a motorway? A. Look much further ahead than you would on other roads. B. Travel much faster than you would on other roads. C. Maintain a shorter separation distance than you would on other roads. D. Concentrate more than you would on other roads. The correct answer is A. Look much further ahead than you would on other roads. Explanation. Traffic on motorways usually travels faster than on other roads. You need to be looking further ahead to give yourself more time to react to any hazard that may develop. Question 30. When may you stop on a motorway? A. If you have to read a map. B. When you're tired and need a rest. C. If your mobile phone rings. D. In an emergency or breakdown. The correct answer is D. In an emergency or breakdown. Explanation. You should not normally stop on a motorway, but there may be occasions when you need to do so. If your vehicle breaks down, or there's an emergency, stop on the hard shoulder and use the emergency telephones to call for assistance. Question 31. What should you do if you want to overtake a tractor, but are not sure that it's safe? A. Follow another vehicle as it overtakes the tractor. B. Sound your horn to make the tractor driver pull over. C. Speed past, flashing your lights at oncoming traffic. D. Stay behind it if you're in any doubt. The correct answer is D. Stay behind it if you're in any doubt. Explanation. Following a tractor can be frustrating, but never overtake if you're unsure whether it's safe. Ask yourself, can I see far enough down the road to make sure that I can complete the maneuver safely? It's better to be delayed for a minute or two than to take a chance that may cause a collision. Question 32. What's the nearest you may park to a junction? A. 10 meters, 32 feet. B. 12 meters, 39 feet. C. 15 meters, 49 feet. D. 20 meters, 66 feet. The correct answer is A. 10 meters, 32 feet. Explanation. Do not park within 10 meters, 32 feet of a junction, unless in an authorized parking place. This is to allow drivers emerging from or turning into the junction a clear view of the road they're joining. It also allows them to see hazards such as pedestrians or cyclists at the junction. Question 33. A cycle lane, marked by a solid white line, is in operation. What does this mean for car drivers? A. They may park in the lane. B. They may drive in the lane at any time. C. They may use the lane when necessary. D. They must not drive along the lane. The correct answer is D. They must not drive along the lane. Explanation: while it's in operation, other vehicles must not use this part of the carriageway, except to pick up or set down passengers. At other times, when the lane is not in operation, you should still be aware that there may be cyclists using the lane. Give them plenty of room as you pass and allow for their movement from side to side, especially in windy weather or on a bumpy road. Question 34. You're driving on a road that has a cycle lane. What does it mean if the lane is marked by a broken white line? A. You should not drive in the lane unless it's unavoidable. B. There's a reduced speed limit for motor vehicles using the lane. C. Cyclists can travel in both directions in that lane. D. The lane must be used by motorcyclists in heavy traffic. The correct answer is A. You should not drive in the lane unless it's unavoidable. Explanation: cycle lanes are marked with either a solid or a broken white line. If the line is solid, you should check the times of operation shown on the signs and not drive or park in the lane during those times. If the line is broken, you should not drive or park in the lane unless it's unavoidable. Question 35. When will a new car need its first MOT test? A. When it's 1 year old. B. When it's 3 years old. C. When it's 5 years old. D. When it's 7 years old. The correct answer is B. When it's 3 years old. Explanation: the vehicle you drive must be roadworthy and in good condition. If it's over 3 years old, it must pass an MOT test to remain in use on the road, unless it's exempt from the MOT test. See gov.uk. Question 36. Your vehicle has stalled in the middle of a level crossing. What should you do if the warning bells start to ring while you're trying to restart the engine? A. Get out of the car and clear of the crossing. B. Run down the track to warn the signal operator. C. Carry on trying to restart the engine. D. Push the vehicle clear of the crossing. The correct answer is A. Get out of the car and clear of the crossing. Explanation: if the warning bells ring, leave the vehicle and get any passengers well clear of the crossing immediately. Question 37. You lose control of your car and damage a garden wall. What must you do if the property owner is not available? A. Report the incident to the police within 24 hours. B. Go back to tell the house owner the next day. C. Report the incident to your insurance company when you get home. D. Find someone in the area to tell them about it immediately. The correct answer is A. Report the incident to the police within 24 hours. Explanation: if the property owner is not available at the time, you must inform the police about the incident. This should be done as soon as possible, and in any case, within 24 hours. Question 38. At an incident, a casualty is unconscious but breathing. When should you move them? A. When an ambulance is on its way. B. When bystanders tell you to move them. C. When there's a risk of further danger. D. When bystanders offer to help you. The correct answer is C. When there's a risk of further danger. Explanation: do not move a casualty unless there's further danger, for example, from other traffic or fire. They may have unseen or internal injuries. Moving them unnecessarily could cause further injury. Do not remove a motorcyclist's helmet unless it's essential. Question 39. What should you do if your trailer starts to swerve or snake? A. Reduce speed gently. B. Brake firmly. C. Increase speed. D. Steer sharply. The correct answer is A. Reduce speed gently. Explanation: if your trailer starts to swerve or snake, reduce speed gently to regain control. Do not accelerate or brake harshly. Question 40. Why does this junction have a stop sign and a stop line on the road? A. Speed on the major road is restricted. B. It's a busy junction. C. Visibility along the major road is restricted. D. The junction is on a downhill gradient. The correct answer is C. Visibility along the major road is restricted. Explanation. Where emerging traffic has a very restricted view of the main road, you may find a stop sign and a solid white stop line. You must stop at the line and then check carefully before you emerge. Question 41. What does this white arrow on the road mean? A. Entrance on the left. B. All vehicles turn left. C. Return to your side of the road. D. Road bends to the left. The correct answer is C. Return to your side of the road. Explanation. The arrow indicates the direction in which to pass hatch markings or double white lines. If you're overtaking, you must return to the left-hand side of the road. Question 42. What does this motorway sign mean? A. Use any lane except the hard shoulder. B. Use the hard shoulder only. C. Use the 3 right-hand lanes only. D. Use all the lanes, including the hard shoulder. The correct answer is D. Use all the lanes, including the hard shoulder. Explanation. You must obey mandatory speed limit signs above motorway lanes, including the hard shoulder. In this case, you can use the hard shoulder as a running lane, but you should look for any vehicles that may have broken down and may be blocking the hard shoulder. Question 43. What does this sign mean? A. End of restricted speed area. B. End of restricted parking area. C. End of clearway. D. End of cycle route. The correct answer is B. End of restricted parking area. Explanation. Even though you've left the restricted area, make sure that you park where you will not endanger other road users or cause an obstruction. Question 44. What does this sign mean? A. National speed limit applies. B. Waiting restrictions apply. C. No stopping. D. No entry. The correct answer is C. No stopping. Explanation. This is the sign for a clearway. Clearways are stretches of road where you're not allowed to stop unless it's an emergency. Stopping where these restrictions apply may be dangerous and is likely to cause an obstruction. Restrictions might apply for several miles, and this may be indicated on the sign. Question 45. What does this sign mean? A. Ring road. B. Mini roundabout. C. No vehicles. D. Roundabout. The correct answer is D. Roundabout. Explanation. As you approach a roundabout, look well ahead and check all signs. Decide which exit you wish to take and move into the correct position as you approach the roundabout, signaling as required. Question 46. What does this sign mean? A. Hump bridge. B. Humps in the road. C. Entrance to tunnel. D. Soft verges. The correct answer is B. Humps in the road. Explanation. These humps have been put in place to slow the traffic down. They're usually found in residential areas. Slow down to an appropriate speed. Question 47. What should you be aware of if you've just passed this sign? A. This is a single-track road. B. You cannot stop on this road. C. Only one lane is in use. D. All traffic is going one way. The correct answer is D. All traffic is going one way. Explanation: in a one-way system, traffic may pass you on either side. Always be aware of all traffic signs and understand their meaning. Look well ahead and react to them in good time. Question 48. What does this sign mean? A. No trams ahead. B. Oncoming trams. C. Trams crossing ahead. D. Trams only. The correct answer is C. Trams crossing ahead. Explanation: this sign tells you to beware of trams. If you do not usually drive in a town where there are trams, remember to look out for them at junctions, and look for tram rails, signs and signals. Question 49. What must you do when you see this sign? A. Stop only if traffic is approaching. B. Stop even if the road is clear. C. Stop only if children are waiting to cross. D. Stop only if a red light is showing. The correct answer is B. Stop, even if the road is clear. Explanation: stop signs are situated at junctions where visibility is restricted, or where there's heavy traffic. They must be obeyed. You must stop. Look carefully before moving off. Question 50. What does this sign mean? A. School crossing patrol. B. No pedestrians allowed. C. Pedestrian zone, no vehicles. D. Zebra, crossing ahead. The correct answer is D. Zebra, crossing ahead. Explanation: look well ahead and be ready to stop for any pedestrians crossing, or about to cross, the road. Also check the pavements for anyone who looks like they might step or run into the road. Question 51. What should you do if you cannot see clearly behind when you're reversing? A. Open the window to look behind. B. Open the door to look behind. C. Look in the near side mirror. D. Ask someone to guide you. The correct answer is D. Ask someone to guide you. Explanation: if you want to turn your car around, try to find a place where you have good all-round vision. If this is not possible, and you're unable to see clearly, then get someone to guide you. Question 52. What should you do if a vehicle pulls out in front of you at a junction? A. Swerve past it and sound your horn. B. Flash your headlights and drive up close behind. C. Slow down and be ready to stop. D. Accelerate past it immediately. The correct answer is C. Slow down and be ready to stop. Explanation: try to anticipate what other drivers might do. Look and plan ahead so that you're ready to respond safely if a hazard develops. Be tolerant of road users who make mistakes. Question 53. What's the minimum time gap you should leave when following a vehicle on a wet road? A. 1 second. B. 2 seconds. C. 3 seconds. D. 4 seconds. The correct answer is D. 4 seconds. Explanation: water will reduce your tire's grip on the road. The safe separation gap of at least 2 seconds in dry conditions should be doubled to at least 4 seconds in wet weather. Question 54. What's the purpose of a catalytic converter? A. To reduce fuel consumption. B. To reduce the risk of fire. C. To reduce harmful exhaust gases. D. To reduce engine wear. The correct answer is C. To reduce harmful exhaust gases. Explanation: catalytic converters reduce a large percentage of harmful exhaust emissions. They work more efficiently when the engine has reached its normal working temperature. Question 55. You're traveling along a single-track road. There's a passing place on your right. What should you do if you see a vehicle coming towards you? A. Continue along the single-track road. B. Stop in the passing place. C. Move over onto the verge. D. Wait opposite the passing place. The correct answer is D. Wait opposite the passing place. Explanation. When you meet oncoming vehicles on a single-track road, you should allow them to pass. You should pull into a passing place on your left, or wait opposite a passing place on your right. Do not move onto the verge, as there may be hidden hazards. Question 56. What does it mean if this light comes on while you're driving? A. A fault in the braking system. B. The engine oil is low. C. A rear light has failed. D. Your seatbelt is not fastened. The correct answer is A. A fault in the braking system. Explanation. If this light comes on, you should have the brake system checked immediately. A faulty braking system could have dangerous consequences. Question 57. What can be damaged if you turn the steering wheel when the car is not moving? A. The gearbox. B. The engine. C. The brakes. D. The tires. The correct answer is D. The tires. Explanation. Turning the steering wheel when the car is not moving is known as dry steering. It can cause unnecessary wear to the tires and steering mechanism. Question 58. You're having difficulty finding a parking space in a busy town. Can you park on the zigzag lines of a zebra crossing? A. No, not unless you stay with your car. B. Yes, in order to drop off a passenger. C. Yes, if you do not block people from crossing. D. No, not under any circumstances. The correct answer is D. No, not under any circumstances. Explanation. It's an offense to park on the zigzag lines of a zebra crossing. You'll be causing an obstruction by obscuring the view of both pedestrians and drivers. Question 59. You have to make an unexpected journey. You're carrying a 5-year-old child on the back seat of your car. They're under 1.35 meters, 4 feet 5 inches tall. How should you seat them if a correct child restraint is not available? A. Behind the passenger seat. B. Using an adult seat belt. C. Sharing a belt with an adult. D. Between 2 other children. The correct answer is B. Using an adult seat belt. Explanation. In journeys of unexpected necessity, and when a correct child restraint is not available, the child must sit on the rear seat and use an adult seat belt. In a collision, unrestrained objects and people can cause serious injury or even death. Question 60. You're traveling on the motorway. How can you lower the risk of a collision when the vehicle behind is following too closely? A. Increase your distance from the vehicle in front. B. Brake sharply. C. Switch on your hazard warning lights. D. Move onto the hard shoulder and stop. The correct answer is A. Increase your distance from the vehicle in front. Explanation. On busy roads, traffic may still travel at high speeds. Do not follow the vehicle in front too closely. If a driver behind seems to be pushing you, gradually increase your distance from the vehicle in front by slowing down gently. This will give you more space in front if you have to brake, and will reduce the risk of a collision involving several vehicles. Question 61. You're driving a vehicle that has anti-lock brakes. How should you apply the foot brake when you need to stop in an emergency? A. Slowly and gently. B. Slowly but firmly. C. Rapidly and gently. D. Rapidly and firmly. The correct answer is D. Rapidly and firmly. Explanation. You may have to stop in an emergency due to a misjudgment by another driver, or a hazard arising suddenly, such as a child running out into the road. If your vehicle has anti-lock brakes, you should apply the brakes immediately and keep them firmly applied until you stop. Question 62. Which road user has caused a hazard? A. The parked car, arrowed A. B. The pedestrian waiting to cross, arrowed B. C. The moving car, arrowed C. D. The car turning, arrowed D. The correct answer is A. The parked car, arrowed A. Explanation. The car arrowed A is parked within the area marked by zigzag lines at the pedestrian crossing, which is illegal. Parking here blocks the view for pedestrians wishing to cross the road and also restricts the view of the crossing for approaching traffic. Question 63. You're following a slower moving vehicle. What should you do if there's a junction just ahead on the right? A. Overtake after checking your mirrors and signaling. B. Only consider overtaking when you're past the junction. C. Accelerate quickly to overtake before reaching the junction. D. Slow down and prepare to overtake on the left. The correct answer is B. Only consider overtaking when you're past the junction. Explanation. You should never overtake as you approach a junction. If a vehicle emerged from the junction while you were overtaking, a dangerous situation could develop very quickly. Question 64. Why should you be cautious when going past this bus waiting at a bus stop? A. There's a zebra crossing ahead. B. There are driveways on the left. C. People may cross the road in front of it. D. The road surface will be slippery. The correct answer is C. People may cross the road in front of it. Explanation. A bus at a bus stop can hide pedestrians who might try to cross the road just in front of it. Drive at a speed that will enable you to respond safely if you have to. Question 65. You intend to turn left at the traffic lights. What should you do just before turning? A. Check your right mirror. B. Move up closer to the car ahead. C. Move out to the right. D. Check for bicycles on your left. The correct answer is D. Check for bicycles on your left. Explanation. If you've been in a queue of traffic and are about to turn left, check your near side for cyclists as they often filter past on the near side of slow-moving or stationary vehicles. Question 66. You're about to drive home. What should you do if you feel very tired and have a severe headache? A. Wait until you're fit and well before driving. B. Drive home, but take a tablet for headaches. C. Drive home if you can stay awake for the journey. D. Wait for a short time, then drive home slowly. The correct answer is A. Wait until you're fit and well before driving. Explanation. All of your concentration should be on your driving. Any pain you feel will distract you, and you should avoid driving when drowsy. The safest course of action is to wait until you've rested and are feeling better before starting your journey. Question 67. You see a pedestrian carrying a white stick that also has a red band. What does this mean? A. They have limited mobility. B. They're deaf. C. They're blind. D. They're deaf and blind. The correct answer is D. They're deaf and blind. Explanation. When someone is deaf as well as blind, they may carry a white stick with a red reflective band or bands. They may not be aware that you're approaching, and they may not be able to hear anything, so for example, your horn would be ineffective as a warning to them. Question 68. You're traveling behind a moped. What should you do if you want to turn left a short distance ahead? A. Overtake the moped before the junction. B. Pull alongside the moped and stay level until just before the junction. C. Sound your horn as a warning and pull in front of the moped. D. Stay behind until the moped has passed the junction. The correct answer is D. Stay behind until the moped has passed the junction. Explanation: passing the moped and turning into the junction could mean that you cut across the front of the rider. This might force them to slow down, stop, or even lose control. Stay behind the moped until it has passed the junction, and then you can turn without affecting the rider. Question 69. You're approaching this roundabout. What should you do when a cyclist is keeping to the left while signaling to turn right? A. Sound your horn. B. Overtake them. C. Assume they're turning left. D. Allow them space to turn. The correct answer is D. Allow them space to turn. Explanation: cycling in today's heavy traffic can be hazardous. Some cyclists may not feel safe crossing the path of traffic to take up a position in an outside lane. Be aware of this and understand that, although they're in the left-hand lane, the cyclist might be turning right. Question 70. You want to reverse into a side road. What should you do if you're not sure that the area behind your car is clear? A. Look through the rear window only. B. Get out and check. C. Check the mirrors only. D. Carry on, assuming it's clear. The correct answer is B. Get out and check. Explanation: if you cannot tell whether there's anything behind you, it's always safest to check before reversing. There may be a small child or a low obstruction close behind your car.
Finding this video helpful? Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Your support helps us create more practice videos to get you test ready. Now, let's get back to it.
Question 71. You're driving past parked cars. What should you do if you see a bicycle wheel sticking out between the cars? A. Accelerate past quickly and sound your horn. B. Slow down and wave the cyclist across. C. Brake sharply and flash your headlights. D. Slow down and be prepared to stop for a cyclist. The correct answer is D. Slow down and be prepared to stop for a cyclist. Explanation: scan the road as you drive. Try to anticipate hazards by being aware of the places where they're likely to occur. You'll then be able to react in good time. Question 72. You're following a long vehicle as it approaches a crossroads. What should you do if it signals left but moves out to the right? A. Get closer in order to pass it quickly. B. Stay well back and give it room. C. Assume the signal is wrong and that it's turning right. D. Overtake it as it starts to slow down. The correct answer is B. Stay well back and give it room. Explanation: a long vehicle may need to swing out in the opposite direction as it approaches a turn to allow the rear wheels to clear the curb. Do not try to filter through if you see a gap. As the lorry turns, the gap will close. Question 73. What should you do as you approach this lorry? A. Slow down and be prepared to wait. B. Make the lorry wait for you. C. Flash your lights at the lorry. D. Move to the right-hand side of the road. The correct answer is A. Slow down and be prepared to wait. Explanation: when turning, long vehicles need much more room on the road than other vehicles. At junctions, they may take up the whole of the road space, so be patient and allow them the room they need. Question 74. What's a rumble device designed to do? A. Give directions. B. Prevent cattle escaping. C. Alert you to low tire pressure. D. Alert you to a hazard. The correct answer is D. Alert you to a hazard. Explanation. A rumble device consists of raised markings or strips, designed to give drivers an audible, visual, and tactile warning. These devices are used in various locations, including in the line separating the hard shoulder and the left-hand lane on the motorway, and on the approach to some hazards, to alert drivers to the need to slow down. Question 75. Why could it be dangerous to keep the clutch down or select neutral for long periods of time while you're driving? A. Fuel spillage will occur. B. Engine damage may be caused. C. You'll have less steering and braking control. D. It will wear tires out more quickly. The correct answer is C. You'll have less steering and braking control. Explanation. Letting your vehicle roll or coast in neutral reduces your control over steering and braking. This can be dangerous on downhill slopes, where your vehicle could pick up speed very quickly. Question 76. What should you do when dealing with this hazard? A. Switch on your hazard warning lights. B. Use a low gear and drive slowly. C. Use a high gear to prevent wheel spin. D. Switch on your windscreen wipers. The correct answer is B. Use a low gear and drive slowly. Explanation. In normal conditions, a ford can be crossed quite safely by driving through it slowly. The water may affect your brakes, so when you're clear of the ford, test them before you resume normal driving. Question 77. What's the national speed limit on motorways for cars and motorcycles? A. 30 miles per hour. B. 50 miles per hour. C. 60 miles per hour. D. 70 miles per hour. The correct answer is D. 70 miles per hour. Explanation. Traveling at the national speed limit does not allow you to hog the right-hand lane. Always use the left-hand lane whenever possible. When leaving a motorway, get into the left-hand lane well before your exit. Reduce your speed on the slip road and look out for sharp bends or curves and traffic queuing at roundabouts. Question 78. What color are the reflective studs between the hard shoulder and the left-hand lane of a motorway? A. Green. B. Red. C. White. D. Amber. The correct answer is B. Red. Explanation. Red studs are placed between the edge of the carriageway and the hard shoulder. Where slip roads leave or join the motorway, the studs are green. Question 79. You're on a motorway. The hard shoulder is not being used as a running lane. When should you use the hard shoulder? A. When you're stopping in an emergency. B. When you're leaving the motorway. C. When you're stopping for a rest. D. When you're joining the motorway. The correct answer is A. When you're stopping in an emergency. Explanation. Do not use the hard shoulder for stopping unless it's an emergency. If you want to stop for any other reason, go to the next exit or service area. Question 80. Where should you stop to rest if you feel tired while you're traveling along a motorway? A. On the hard shoulder. B. At the nearest service area. C. On a slip road. D. On the central reservation. The correct answer is B. At the nearest service area. Explanation: if you feel tired, stop at the nearest service area. If that's too far away, leave the motorway at the next exit and find a safe place to stop. You must not stop on the carriageway or hard shoulder of a motorway except in an emergency, when in a traffic queue, or when signaled to do so by a police officer, a traffic officer, or traffic signals. Plan your journey so that you have regular rest stops. Question 81. When may you stop and wait in a box junction? A. When oncoming traffic prevents you from turning right. B. When you're in a queue of traffic turning left. C. When you're in a queue of traffic going ahead. D. When you're on a roundabout. The correct answer is A. When oncoming traffic prevents you from turning right. Explanation: the purpose of yellow box markings is to keep junctions clear of queuing traffic. You may only wait in the marked area when you're turning right and your exit lane is clear, but you cannot complete the turn because of oncoming traffic or other traffic waiting to turn right. Question 82. You're waiting at a level crossing. What must you do if a train passes but the lights keep flashing? A. Carry on waiting. B. Phone the signal operator. C. Edge over the stop line and look for trains. D. Park and investigate. The correct answer is A. Carry on waiting. Explanation: if the lights at a level crossing keep flashing after a train has passed, you should continue to wait, because another train might be coming. Time seems to pass slowly when you're held up in a queue. Be patient and wait until the lights stop flashing. Question 83. You're waiting at a level crossing. What should you do if the red warning lights continue to flash after a train has passed by? A. Get out and investigate. B. Telephone the signal operator. C. Continue to wait. D. Drive across carefully. The correct answer is C. Continue to wait. Explanation: at a level crossing, flashing red lights mean you must stop. If the train passes but the lights keep flashing, wait. Another train may be coming. Question 84. A police officer asks to see your documents. You do not have them with you. How many days do you have to produce them at a police station? A. 5 days. B. 7 days. C. 14 days. D. 21 days. The correct answer is B. 7 days. Explanation: you do not have to carry your vehicle's documents wherever you go. If a police officer asks to see them, and you do not have them with you, you may be asked to produce them at a police station within 7 days. Question 85. What should you do if you see a large box fall from a lorry onto the motorway? A. Go to the next emergency telephone and report the hazard. B. Catch up with the lorry and try to get the driver's attention. C. Stop close to the box until the police arrive. D. Pull over to the hard shoulder, then remove the box. The correct answer is A. Go to the next emergency telephone and report the hazard. Explanation: lorry drivers can be unaware of objects falling from their vehicles. If you see something fall onto a motorway, look to see if the driver pulls over. If they do not stop, do not attempt to retrieve the object yourself. Pull onto the hard shoulder, near an emergency telephone, and report the hazard. Question 86. You've broken down on a two-way road. You have a warning triangle. At least how far from your vehicle should you place the warning triangle? A. 5 meters, 16 feet. B. 25 meters, 82 feet. C. 45 meters, 147 feet. D. 100 meters 328 feet. The correct answer is C. 45 meters 147 feet. Explanation. Advance warning triangles fold flat and do not take up much room. Use one to warn other road users if your vehicle has broken down or if there has been an incident. Place it at least 45 meters 147 feet behind your vehicle or the incident, on the same side of the road or verge. Place it further back if the scene is hidden by, for example, a bend, hill or dip in the road. Do not use warning triangles on motorways. Question 87. What should you do if your vehicle catches fire while you're driving through a tunnel? A. Leave it where it is, with the engine running. B. Pull up, then walk to an emergency telephone. C. Park it away from the carriageway. D. Drive it out of the tunnel if it's safe to do so. The correct answer is D. Drive it out of the tunnel if it's safe to do so. Explanation. If it's possible, and you can do so without causing further danger, it may be safer to drive a vehicle that's on fire out of a tunnel. The greatest danger in a tunnel fire is smoke and suffocation. Question 88. Are passengers allowed to ride in a caravan that's being towed? A. Yes, if they're over 14. B. No, not at any time. C. Only if all the seats in the towing vehicle are full. D. Only if a stabilizer is fitted. The correct answer is B. No, not at any time. Explanation. Riding in a towed caravan is highly dangerous. The safety of the entire unit is dependent on the stability of the trailer. Moving passengers would make the caravan unstable and could cause loss of control. Question 89. When may you cross a double solid white line in the middle of the road? A. To pass traffic that's queuing back at a junction. B. To pass a car signaling to turn left ahead. C. To pass a road maintenance vehicle traveling at 10 miles per hour or less. D. To pass a vehicle that's towing a trailer. The correct answer is C. To pass a road maintenance vehicle traveling at 10 miles per hour or less. Explanation. You may cross the solid white line to pass a stationary vehicle, or to pass a cyclist, horse or road maintenance vehicle, if it's traveling at 10 miles per hour or less. You may also cross the solid white line to enter a side road or access a property. Question 90. What do the long white lines along the center of the road mean? A. Bus lane. B. Hazard warning. C. Give way. D. Lane marking. The correct answer is B. Hazard warning. Explanation. The center of the road is usually marked by a broken white line, with lines that are shorter than the gaps. When the lines become longer than the gaps, this is a hazard warning line. Look well ahead for these, especially when you're planning to overtake or turn off. Question 91. What does this curved arrow road marking mean? A. Heavy vehicles should take the next road on the left to avoid a weight limit. B. The road ahead bends to the left. C. Overtaking traffic should move back to the left. D. The road ahead has a camber to the left. The correct answer is C. Overtaking traffic should move back to the left. Explanation. In this picture, the road marking shows that overtaking drivers or riders need to return to the left. These markings show the direction drivers must pass hatch markings or solid double white lines. They're also used to show the route that high vehicles should take under a low-arched bridge. Question 92. What does this sign mean? A. Minimum speed 30 miles per hour. B. End of maximum speed. C. End of minimum speed. D. Maximum speed 30 miles per hour. The correct answer is C. End of minimum speed. Explanation: the red slash through the sign indicates that the restriction has ended. In this case, the restriction was a minimum speed limit of 30 miles per hour. Question 93. What does this sign mean? A. Two-way traffic straight ahead. B. Two-way traffic crosses a one-way road. C. Two-way traffic over a bridge. D. Two-way traffic crosses a two-way road. The correct answer is B. Two-way traffic crosses a one-way road. Explanation: be prepared for traffic approaching from junctions on either side of you. Try to avoid unnecessary changing of lanes just before the junction. Question 94. What does this sign mean? A. No parking. B. No road markings. C. No through road. D. No entry. The correct answer is D. No entry. Explanation: no entry signs are used in places such as one-way streets to prevent vehicles driving against the traffic. To ignore one would be dangerous, both for yourself and for other road users, as well as being against the law. Question 95. What does this sign mean? A. Route for trams only. B. Route for buses only. C. Parking for buses only. D. Parking for trams only. The correct answer is A. Route for trams only. Explanation: avoid blocking tram routes. Trams are fixed on their route and cannot maneuver around other vehicles or pedestrians. Modern trams travel quickly and are quiet, so you might not hear them approaching. Question 96. What does this traffic sign mean? A. No overtaking allowed. B. Give priority to oncoming traffic. C. Two-way traffic. D. One-way traffic only. The correct answer is B. Give priority to oncoming traffic. Explanation: priority signs are normally shown where the road is narrow and there's not enough room for two vehicles to pass. Examples are narrow bridges, roadworks, and where there's a width restriction. Make sure you know who has priority. Do not force your way through. Show courtesy and consideration to other road users. Question 97. What does this sign mean? A. Give way to oncoming vehicles. B. Approaching traffic passes you on both sides. C. Turn off at the next available junction. D. Pass either side to get to the same destination. The correct answer is D. Pass either side to get to the same destination. Explanation: these signs are often seen in one-way streets that have more than one lane. When you see this sign, use the route that's the most convenient and does not require a late change of direction. Question 98. What does this sign mean? A. End of dual carriageway. B. Tall bridge. C. Road narrows. D. End of narrow bridge. The correct answer is A. End of dual carriageway. Explanation: do not wait until the last moment before moving into the left-hand lane. Plan ahead and do not rely on other traffic letting you in. Question 99. What does this sign mean? A. Turn left for parking area. B. No through road on the left. C. No entry for traffic turning left. D. Turn left for ferry terminal. The correct answer is B. No through road on the left. Explanation: this sign shows you that you cannot get through to another route by turning left at the junction ahead. Question 100. What does this sign mean? A. Change to the left-hand lane. B. Leave at the next exit. C. Contraflow system. D. One-way street. The correct answer is C. Contraflow system. Explanation: if you use the right-hand lane in a contraflow system, you'll be traveling with no permanent barrier between you and the oncoming traffic. Observe speed limits and keep a good distance from the vehicle ahead. Did you pass this mock test? Feel free to share your score in the comments below. And if you want to keep practicing, check out these videos on your screen next.